Goths, more so goth girlfriend, easily are some of the most adored and sought after women by both men and women in the streets.
True.
These lovely brooding women have become popular due to their infiltration in an array of things, ranging from shows to ASMR to femboy fishing to even inspiring
God damn.
food franchise, Goth IHOP. Truly enticing.
Oh yeah,
As well as
dude,
this
Meager.
profound adoration towards goths
As long as
that
it's
I
not too
admittedly
long.
have expressed throughout the years. When one finds a goth, it is no doubt invigoratingly serendipitous. But why?
It's like a unicorn. I mean, the thing is that if you find one unicorn, you find more unicorns.
Why do people like goths so much? Let's find out for science. But first, something that is vital is that we understand what goths are. Due to
I love that he's stressing out talking about goth girls. Like, he seems so stressed out. It's like he's been sitting here with 50 sheets of paper trying to theorize why people like goth girls.
and extensive research, I have found a rather bizarre yet lamentable observation. And it's that a majority of the people who claim to like goth girls in this context seem to be mostly, if not completely, unfamiliar with the subculture of goths. You know,
that's the thing. I've heard that there are some people that love the visual of a goth girl or a goth guy, but they don't actually know what it means. So as soon as they start dating one or hanging out with one, they don't want to date or hang out with one anymore because they are very gloomy. There's not that much going on.
That the entire thing is based around. A lot of these people are normies to goths in every sense of the word. However, do not fret, because I am here to rectify it. Personally, I believe in giving knowledge to the unknowing. So for the sake of knowledge, I'm going to be going over the goth subculture.
Normies?
I'm going to do it in under a minute. Let's begin. The goth subculture originated in the early 1980s in the UK. This is largely heavily rooted in music, as it originated due to music, with many iconic bands paving the way, such as Sisters of Mercy, Bauhaus, The Cure, Christian Death, Alien Sex Fiend. This was something entirely new for the time and wasn't entirely a mainstream thing, and was very much underground. Eventually, though, it did start to catch on, as many clubs even start to form because of this new form of music and expression. One of the most well-known ones being called the Batcave. Another form of expression that is probably the most popular, well-known, and focused on is the fashion and aesthetic, which tends to focus a lot on past fashion, including stuff from the Victorian era, the Edwardian era, and the
really good
era. As with any community and subculture, it eventually grew in many different ways, but always keeping ties to the original goth subculture. Now that we understand what a goth is, we can now then move forward with the question of why is it that you and I like goth girls so much?
Because they're hot.
Whether they be real or just someone that takes inspiration from the goth subculture.
It's different.
Well, I have found some fascinating information.
Mostly because it's different, I think.
There's no
I think a lot of people dress like nearly the same way, that it's so boring that whenever you see something a little bit different that tickles the right way, it sort of is very attractive. Like, it's very unique.
Singular similarity that I can pinpoint to every single goth in the world. Given the fact that, being humans, goth girls come in all shapes and sizes and are their own person with their own characteristics and personality that ranges all over the place, and is
already reacted to that video before.
Singularly distinguish one personality
A long time ago,
to be prevalent among all of them. The only prevalent characteristic that I have found among every single goth in the world is the incessant use of the color black, also known as the absence of color. And this plays a detrimental
Have you seen
role
Black
into the reason why
Butler?
black
I saw it
goths.
when I was a kid.
The color black, or the absence of color, as stated previously,
It's been a really long time since I watched
black
that.
absorbs practically all light, and as a result, the color black absorbs all color. And essentially, every time we see color, it's basically light bouncing off of stuff in different wavelengths, and those wavelengths are made up of things called photons, and each wavelength is a different length.
Dude, he's cooking.
Different colors depending on the wavelength.
This guy is cooking. Holy.
As stated previously, black is devoid of all colors, which is interesting, but something else that is also very interesting is the fact that black has certain psychological sentiments toward it when perceived by human eyes. Turns out, black is usually looked on as something very powerful and prestigious, and it could also even be perceived as mysterious. Humans are naturally very fearful of mysterious things, but they are also just as curious. After all, there's a reason that sayings like curiosity killed the cat exist and are applied to humans, and it's the fact that humans, although many times being afraid of things they do not understand, they are often attracted to those things that they do not understand, or at the very least want to know more about those things and explore those things in better detail. And is a practice that I find myself doing every day, hence this video getting made. It's because of this very human emotion that people explore and do things that may potentially be good or bad, all for the sake of wanting to know more, and for the sake of pure curiosity. So why is it that we are attracted to goth girls? Well, it would appear that we simply do not understand them, and due to their very powerful presence,
What are they? Who are they?
mysterious aura all around it, we want to know more about them, which would then incline us to want to be closer to them and have a shot at the darkness. And with that, if you guys enjoyed this video, then, and if you guys have watched this far, then hypothetically, you have enjoyed my videos. Consider leaving a like, subscribe, share this with your neighbor, your high school teacher, and your wife, and I'll be back to answer another question that I, a scientist, can answer.
Thank you, man. Thank you for your noble research. He has spent hours and decades to figure out this answer. But I kind of a little bit agree with it. Maybe it's because they're like unique. I mean, it's because they look unique, right? Maybe you want to talk to them, or you're more interested because it's just like they look a little bit unique, a little bit different. It's being sexually attracted to in the exotic, yeah, TLDR, basically. Yeah. What an amazing song! Wow, what a great video. Thank you for sharing that. That was amazing. Wow. Where do you find these videos? Where did this even come from?